All right, people, welcome back. Today's Friday, the 26th of January. Happy New Year again. We're taking up the topic. I noticed I receive an online news service, Axios. It's pretty good. They're very good at giving a snapshot of what's going on, and then they err terribly in slanting some things politically, which they shouldn't do. Yeah, and not because they're not good guys. No, they just don't know. They don't know. They're responsible, but they don't know. What I guess they don't know that they don't know. So here it says Biden's fear. So it's talking about Biden has a fear of of how the Israel thing's going in Gaza. Well, why would he? What's that got to do with Biden? See, I'm being sarcastic now. What? Why should he? What's? Huh? What? Biden? Oh, he's the bank. He's the one giving them the billions for the ethnic genociding. They've talked about that. You have the 30,000 so far killed. When we say 30, they say, oh, it's only 24. Back when we listen to 24 and 20, all that. Anyway, and the bad news is, it's tough, people. I know we all have this thing of how to navigate through the media. It's not so easy. Amy Goodman, we talk about, we praise her. Incredible. Democracy Now!, Amy Goodman. Democracy Now!, PBS. That's the most fair, that's the most able and honest and unbiased thing. Yeah, check it out every day. Gives you the scene and lets people talk rather than only hearing a news feed of one side about how bad Hamas is when there's no such thing. It's amazing. Yeah. Again, the head of Egypt and the head of Turkey. Again, you're allowed to actually, people, listen to people like that directly. This Turkey, Egypt guy, so size them up like I did. They said, what, Hamas is not a terrorist group. It's a little bunch of guys that got together like freedom fighters and will stick up for their friend. No. It's finally concluded after all this time that 95% of all the people of Palestine are displaced. Their homes are blown up. The buildings are blown up. Yeah, 65, 70% of all buildings, everything. There's no place to go. The food, water, fuel, electricity are all cut off. Medicine, everything. People are dying. Over 70,000 wounded. Doctors are doing surgery in the dark, and all they have is their cell phone flashlight for the remaining charge it might have. Yeah, doing surgery on babies, but and doing amputations even. Yeah, thousands of without anesthesia because we've cut off the medicine. Yeah. It's amazing how that's going on. I'm sure that a kid, Bibi, I've shot two people in my praise and admiration. Well, that's for the person, yeah, not just in theory. He's quite a person, but goofing up. And if he is goofing, he's the only one. We never did. Of course, we weren't in the position he's in this life to do good or not. But he's going to pivot now. See, back to Biden, the headlines, look up Axios News Service, free online. Just sign up. No catches, gimmicks, all that stuff. It headlines today. Biden's fear, it's called. He's afraid of Bibi? He's afraid of what that's going to do to his election. See, and that's another wrong. Oh, his election, but nothing about the people being killed? I mean, it doesn't make Biden look good. He should fear. But he's going to make the pivot, too. Biden is the guy, I told you before, did an amazing thing before this, maybe the most evil act in the history of America going on, because we're doing it. He got us out of Afghanistan. He actually unoccupied us. Early in his presidency, he just went up and said, we're out. No fanfare, nothing. He was attacked by his own people and by the Fox News people, who think that, warring and invading and regime change is good. Yeah. We're in there for 20 years, $2 trillion and millions of people killed, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. You've got to stop. He airlifted equivalent to a small town, 120,000 people in 2 weeks, yeah, and his own jumped ugly on him. It's amazing. They said, oh, he'll have blood on his hands now, right? So that we don't have more. So anyway, you have to give him credit, and more so. I bring this up because we're very lucky. That's Joe Biden. And he got into this goofy mess here. You know, and this funding of Israel is long before Biden's around. And this mess that Bibi's doing over there, just long before he was around, this began 75 years ago. So, all right, so there are bad things going on. I'm not making light of it. I'm the most outraged. You can ask my friends. Oh, don't ask them. I don't have any friends. No. Forget the mask guys were wearing it. We go on the outside. We wear it sometimes, and people say, "Why are you wearing a COVID mask? That's long over." And I pull it down. I say, "Oh, okay, yeah." And I'm having the dental work done. It takes a year for the implants, so sparing of that, people. And so Biden, the good news is, this is a big thing. No one sends Reagan and Gorbachev when Reagan inspired Gorby not to be a good person, no, to inspire Gorby to be Gorby. He unmocked the Soviet Union, took the whole thing apart, gave every one of those captured countries that were forced into communism, gave them all back, each to themselves. Gorbachev did that only since, and no one before that in the history of America has ever done anything to clean up a mess with the world. And no one since except Joe Biden. I call it doing the Joe, doing the Biden. So I'm telling you, optimistically, hopefully, you can call it what you want. No. Join me now in a declare about, for, or towards something, to postulate, like to post, to put there all things we create by postulating. We think it and it's there. We forget. We don't realize we're doing this. Yeah, I'll help you. Remember, has this ever happened? You thought of someone and the phone rang? Whoa, don't pick on me. You just thought the phone rang. Why? Because you as a being, a not thing, got another not thing, to get a thing, a body to call the phone, Holy cow, look at it. That's a little complicated, a lot of work, a lot of words. Really? Life? So life is. So we forget we do that. And you do it a lot and don't realize it. That you as a being get people to do things. You don't realize you've joined them. That's different than saying, Joe's not going to call now anymore, because you drop down an octave, down to an effort level anymore. Call he might, but who's it into might? But if the light thought, boom. I think Hubbard, this author says, when you make a postulate, a declare about, for, or toward that something will occur or exist or change, right? He says, have the effort light. And the content of the postulate huge. The saying, you have to aim for the stars to hit the treetops sometimes, right? But when you thought of something, the phone rang, that's pretty light. Yeah, versus straining, don't have the veins down your neck sticking out, you see? You do it all the time. Yeah, you just don't realize it. Yep. Not to say there was someone calling you, but other things. They may have been thinking about you, and suddenly they did something. Yeah. Or you got them to think about doing something. Yeah. Like yourself. I know we think our body's good, and the saints don't give up bodies. We go to 100, knock on wood, right? But if you think you're a body, right? If it's the body really, but don't have it go to the store for a couple of weeks. No food and water. See how that goes. Yeah. And I like what Hubbard, his comment is, well, whether you like it or not, you can't die. You're just grabbing onto the body. So why not get rid of life's layers? That was the good news. Trump's looking into that. And Bibi, that's what I want for Bibi. Because, see, the good news is, I'm not being nice or hopeful and all that stuff, but those are good. Bless those people. They're at least trying. But the discovery that all beings, this guy Hubbard, look at this guy here. Let's see if I get one of his signatures here. No, spelled out Hubbard, Howard Hubbard. He discovered, didn't make it up, he helped remind us that all of us are basically good. Yeah, how can you be bad before you decided to be? Why feel guilty about something you haven't done? Blah, blah. We often repeat these same things. You know why? Because there ain't much to say. Got good news for you. Have you ever thought of this? We'll get back to the other one in a second. About Biden and Bibi and Trump, but since they're out there. You can go through life and at times things aren't always so good every day, week, month, year, whatever. And you're in a slump or think something's wrong with you, right? You thought of something's wrong. Well, I know what's wrong with you. No, I've done the homework, yeah. You know what's wrong with you? For those of you that have thought there was something wrong with it. Nothing. Beings aren't things. Rights and wrongs are things. So are cars and trees. What are you? Bibi, this is good. Bibi, Netanyahu, Trump, Biden, of those in the public sector, right? Well, because there's nothing wrong with the being and they're good, we can fix things. So things being done, things that are ugly, oh my God, this, that, and they are. They're horrible. This is horrible. Don't mean to make light of it. I'm not going to make right of it. Things, these wrongs, they're an artificiality, okay? They're a secondary thing. They're not the original postulate. They're a secondary artificiality, typically done as a solution, right? That means there's always something preceding that is correct. Yeah. He talks about any unwanted, non-ideal scene, anything you don't want, any scene out there, right? Always, you can get a reference on this quote, always gets all of its force from and is held in place by an underlying earlier ideal scene. Swear to God. Yeah. So there's a procedure any of us can do. Trump, I've heard him say 3 times he likes Scientologists. He didn't know what Scientology is. No, but he likes Scientology. Well, he likes Catholics. Who the hell knows at the church? Somebody said. By the way, Scientology. No, it ain't a religion or church in that sense. It's only in the oldest truth definition. Going, wait, because people, there's a desperation to demonize it. It was the first whistleblower on Big Pharma, which now is a realized thing. Okay, God. No, it's only a religion based on the oldest and truest definition going way back in that it addresses you as a being, a soul, a spirit. It doesn't add or cancel any beliefs. Yeah, so you don't get into it. Oh God, no, that's insanity. You do not want to ever get into Scientology. Let me tell you right now. Why? Because you can't. You don't get into it. It gets to other things. You didn't know there's into if you want to, the how to, and the can do. It's a negative thing. Scientology, it's a negative. It is. It's negative gain. All they have is something that enables you to find out things that you knew in the first place, but you haven't known them for a while, and it's not the happy and then unhappy things you recall. Especially if you tell a counselor in session, yeah, I know about it. No, about a problem you're having, yeah. Something's wrong, you're talking about, and you know about it, right? No, you don't. If you knew about it, it wouldn't be a problem. You know about it, or just about almost maybe you're halfway, but you don't know the thing. And that's all a problem is something not fully looked at. I like this. Quote, in order for a problem to persist, the problem must contain a lie. In order for a problem to persist, keep on or continue, it must contain a lie. Yeah, something not looked at was good news. Anyway, so Bibi, I'm only picking up Bibi and Biden and Trump because they're big guys. Oh, they've done you're right, wrongs are wrongs. And so are mine. How does ours, I keep talking about the marriage, how does that compare to the, God, I messed up the marriage. How does it compare? Ask the wife. She has no more life. She doesn't care about voting, Girl Scout mom, cooking, cleaning, shopping, going to school for the kids and medical, nothing. Her whole life is gone. Yeah, when I messed that up, yeah, she counted on me for my half, see? So they're elected locally as a council person, a mayor, a governor, congressperson, senator, president. Lady at 10 Downing Street, that's Margaret Thatcher. She was there before, wasn't she? Prime Minister of England. These people, these other ministers. Yeah. We count on them. They're suffering, just to help you know, from layers of life that they don't realize it, pull them down. Have you ever thought of somebody in the private sector that you know, as well as in the public sector, that was always going along just right, and then all of a sudden, they pivot. They do dumb. Yeah, that's layers of life. They are not the layers, but it's their layers. We are each our author. We are the author of our participation in this, oh God. You can undo this, oh God. Yep. You can go from effect in life to whatever degree, you and they, right, to slight, gentle cause. Take it easy. I guarantee you, if you check a little of this out, that Scientology stuff, I guarantee you this. Just get rid of the first little bit, gone. You'll be on the floor in pain laughing. You'll have a problem. Pain. Laughter. Oh, God, I didn't know that's gone. Whoa, you feel better. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yep. Negative gain. Getting rid of things. That's all they have. So, Bibi, There's a center right there in Tel Aviv, the Scientology Center. SCIO, by the way, SCIO, S-C-I-O, like in science. S-C-I-O means knowing. No, it means knowing in the fullest sense. Then ology, study of knowingness, knowing how to know things, not being told or asked to believe. Nothing wrong with believe. No. There's a difference between believe and know. Would you rather believe somebody transferred $100,000 to your bank account, or go to the ATM and see that it's there? Oh. That's my point. So if it sounded a little church, made a tape yesterday, they had to cancel it. It was wrong. It was pointing out the wrongs, but not a solution. Teddy Roosevelt, a great president, one of the Fab Four at Mount Rushmore, right? He once, of the things he said, hey, people talk about something that's really wrong or bad, but doesn't provide a solution, is a whiner. He's whining. He's worse than that. It interpolates people and then doesn't provide a solution. So I did that a little. I was just reviewing the bad things going on yesterday, but the real secret, Hubbard points out, my God, it's in this talk from a book called The Philadelphia Doctorate Course Lectures. See that? You want to get a copy. Lecture number 63. Date, January 53. It talks about, it's right, I got it. Right in here and here. They have no self-truth. Wow. He says people operate at a high level. The highest level operate is just declaring lightly it'll happen and it will, and get others to join. Okay, versus giving orders. Then it becomes a mess, and people don't comply. To make it real simple, he words it much better in there. So I'm just inviting you, just like you the lightness was, beings created by postulates, Hubbard says. He reminds you can rediscover, not being told or asked to believe. So the way to get people to do things, all things we do, we create them. Yeah. He once said, you want to have a good future? Create one. How to have one, right. He also said, by the way, the only way you can possibly lose something is to have a consideration that you can't create it again. Create it again. You created it before. Beings create things, by the way. Things don't create beings. So the good news is, I'm just here telling, and you, again, you do it for your own. You said Joe will call or something will happen, and it happens. You forget. You don't make a big thing of it because it's like nothing. You realize what you did. You as a being, an out thing, got a thing to do something. Yeah. And to get beings to do something, not things, but beings. Ooh, so Bibi's a being. Biden, the Trumpster, all these guys, come on. DeSantis, what a neat wife. Casey, wow. What a beautiful soul. Florida governor, they all make noise about her. Or because she's linked to him and he's done some wrong things. I only saw her doing a press conference for some charitable thing. And you didn't notice her because she's dropped that video clip, but the way she spoke and talked, she wasn't trying to do anything. She wasn't posing and she wasn't trying to impress. Wow, really neat. So you can get Bibi, Biden, and Trump to do things. Trump pointed out some things recently, yeah. And they're all basically good. Look at all the dumb stuff he's done because he's in the limelight. We've done things, but we're not in the limelight. Okay, but they hurt those who've done it. But you can fix it. You can undo it. Yeah. But he interviewed recently. This is very important to repeat. Caitlin Collins, the new CNN girl. Recent interview. She had Trump asking him about Russia or Ukraine. Who's right? And he starts to talk, and you can Google this now. And Joe Rogan, who has, a 48 million following, I guess he played it. It's so important. This is the color of Trump. Bibi, Biden, you, me, we, they, us. I don't care who. But this is Trump. He came up for air. She says, she repeats her question. No, President Trump, answer my question. Who's right, Russia or Ukraine? And he says, and I quote with no junk, get it. Go and judge it. Without being told. He said, listen, you can't be killing any of these people on either side. unquote. What the hell? How do you get better than that? You don't. No. Biden got you out of Afghanistan. You don't get me better. I can't sit here and lie to you about I know what Bibi did specifically because I don't know. He sure as hell done things besides just recent things. And any things we've done, we thought they're right, and not all, even when some weren't. So, I'm just telling you that we're going to get them out, guys. I don't know, think just about halfway, or nearly, or believe I know. And it's not being hopeful or prayerful. All those are great things. Those people are great. They're trying. And they're succeeding. To hope and pray. You betcha. But senior to that, of me telling people to do stuff, Hubbard says, get them to agree. Go way back high and make it declare a postulate. The tone scale, emotional tones, from 40 down to 0. So tone 40, check this out, look it up, Scientology tone scale, an observation of person's emotional tones and then arbitrary numbers. Yeah. Just so you can check them out. Pretty cool. See, there's so much, because the internet now, much of the Scientology is free online. Yeah, hell yeah, it's not a profit. Don't believe the things you're told. Free. Well, we used to have to go in and pay for them. What's wrong with that? Take the class, my God. It didn't cost that much, and now it's free. Tons and tons. Not try to get anybody into anything. You can't get into Scientology. All it does is get you out of things. It's business. Had the car fixed this morning a little bit, right? He's in the business of fixing cars. That's what he does. He's good. You know, hear about these guys sometimes. They're so good, you tell all your friends, then you can't get in your room at a time for you because of all the referrals. He's that good. Nice problem to have. No, he's not able. He's able and honest. Yeah. So, I'm telling you, Bibi's gonna pivot and get out of there. They're trying to work a deal now. They had a Qatar, Q-A-T-A-R, and then Qatar, yeah. He's mad because he says Bibi made some negative statements about. They had a Qatar, it's a big negotiator along with Egypt and whoever else to end the thing over there, yeah. They've made a lot of mistakes. We have. A lot of errors, yeah. It doesn't matter because the person can just say, that's it. The easiest thing in the world is for a being to change its mind. And Trump said to you, listen, you can't be killing any of these people, period. And then no nukes. Yeah, he doesn't like nukes. He said that's a big concern now. And that's not something a candidate wants to admit because it shows he's effect and not cause. He said, we got nukes looking at us. Yeah. Yeah. Not going to happen. No, he doesn't have this little stuff. He's got some friends that are Scientologists. I know who they are. 3 of them. And, well, a girl and then 2 couples, yeah. And that's about it. But maybe 1 or 2 more. Yeah, who cares? What's that got to do with Catholics or Protestants? How about just get the job done? So he's going to do this. The course, free course, it's called How to Clean Up One's Life. For all of us. It's called PVI, Personal Values and Integrity course. It works, guys. You're gonna die. We'll talk about it next time. Enjoy this. Bibi's gonna make the pivot now. Yeah, they're trying to work out a deal for a 2-month pause. So Hamas would release the last hostages. Oh, and then continue the killing. No. It's all gonna happen. There are larger killings than the 30,000 now. There's 70,000, Darfur, whatever, Uganda, all these places, yeah, and we're not involved in them directly, funding them, so it doesn't seem to tug at our hearts too much. With Biden, right today, the headline of Axios online news service, AXIOS, check it out. First, the sector will do several parts, but one is, it says Biden's fear. He fears what effect that thing's going to have on his election. How about the lives? Well, Joe Biden is not a killer. My God, Jesus. Speaking of, can I tell you, his wife, oh, Lord, she's drop dead, beautiful, sweet, classy. You know what she is? She's a protector, a guardian of 30 years of children, a teacher. Her girlfriend said, oh, yeah, now that you live in the 2nd floor residence, fat chance of being a teacher now. She said, don't worry about it. She's doing it online. She's doing it for us. She likes helping people. And she's drop dead beautiful. I couldn't care less what political party. I was a Republican 103 trillion years ago, and I became independent so I could tell people in public the same thing I tell myself at home. And Trump, for a long time, was running as a Democrat. Yeah, and then he became a Republican. He wasn't running as a Democrat, but he was a Democrat. Yeah. So what? Ronald Reagan was a small town, was a moderate Democrat from a small town in Illinois. Sound familiar? Familiar, like Abe Lincoln. Then he became a moderate Republican. What's the difference? There ain't none. Teddy Roosevelt, Mount Rushmore, his shoulders are next to Lincoln. Teddy Roosevelt was a moderate Republican, and he said, and I quote, Teddy Roosevelt said, "I am a radical Abe Lincoln Democrat," unquote. Democrat, not socialist Democrat. Yeah, Abe Lincoln was for everybody to have rights, not just white honky skin or pinky skin and all that BS. Oh dear, you don't want to jerk the rules around that guy. He wasn't trying to be right, but I'll tell you one thing, he kept the lines clean. Yeah. Speaking of Teddy Roosevelt, he took the U.S. from a national level to an international level. He developed the modern-day presidency. He named it the White House, built the West Wing, won the Nobel Peace Prize, by the way, for stopping the Russian and Japanese war, and then stopping Germany from wiping out France and the rest of Europe before Adolf. Yeah, not a bad guy. Took those old gray ships. He was only assistant secretary of the Navy. He had caught the boss sleeping, and so he had the boats painted white, the old gray ship, and did a 2.5-year tour around the globe, the Great White Fleet. Right. In fact, Ron Hubbard, Lieutenant L. Ron Hubbard in the Navy. Yeah, he was in the Navy. His dad was Commander Harry Ross Hubbard, Teddy Roosevelt's Great White Fleet. So who knows? I don't know how they knew each other, and what the hell's the difference? I'm not here to sell you anything or unsell you. But what he did was sent the boats, the Navy fleet, around the globe, helping each nation further get toward what they want to do, and we'll help you, versus regime change. And this Scientology thing, what it's up to is it really is trying to help each person achieve whatever they're trying to do in whatever religion they had, which is everybody's trying to do the same thing. Yeah. I didn't know this. Somebody said that all the religions, the main ones, have as the same basis the golden rule. Yeah, the white honkies, the Christians say, doing to others, you should have them do unto you. And why do we always talk about Jews? Well, the Jews say, do not have another suffer as you would not want to. Same thing, man. Don't pick on my Jews. You've been through that little talk. Yeah, they're a minority. I like this though. Remember, recently, before the October 7th thing that's been proven, some holes in it. Anyway, it said Jews in America on a collision course with Israel because they didn't like what Bibi's doing. Now, recently, since October 7th and the massacre going on, ethnic genocide, right? Google, quote, this is so great. Who? They're Jews, quote, hundreds of thousands of Jews, comma, and leading rabbis in America are saying, not in our name, this genocide crap. These are Jews, not genociders. This rise in anti-Semitism, what fraud! That harms Jews. No, it's not a rise in anti-Semitism. It's a rise in anti-genocidism. Thank you. Yeah. Credit the Jews. Not me, no, nobody else, the Jews. They're doing the Biden. They're doing the Joe. I like that. Before people and fighting in wars, they were friends. They were friends. Yep. All these wrongs stem from, they're all preceded by a misunderstanding, a misduplication, or an error. And we have to keep on making the error to be right. We'll be back, people. Thanks for bearing with us. But one more reminder, thanks. Yeah, one more reminder. It's on. If I don't sound real down, because I have no heart and soul left. I tell my, I'm smashed, cried. I see these kids over there suffering. There's rows and rows, warehouses full of bodies rotting. They don't have air conditioning. They're dead bodies. It's incredible. But the oddity, the reason I can be cheerful is it's going to pivot. All right, it was what it was. We had cowboys and Indians too. We had people coming over like us to America and murdered the Indians. You know why they're called Redskins? No, not because they're skinny, but because of all the blood and scalp. We scalped them. raped her women, killed their buffalo, and gave them a little land with a tent and some booze to keep them quiet. Yeah, that's called reality. Not all of us, no. We established America, it's a bunch of people from a whole bunch of different countries, right, to put together a place that didn't have the wrong parts, like England, the taxation. It was terrible, so they came over here. That's another chapter. So Biden, Bibi, and Trump, they're all going to fix it. Yep, because they used to. Trump just told you can't have any of this killing, any of these people. And we turn around and see these dumb things like, oh yeah, call the National Guard. Oh, one more thing, the border? What? Border? Should we leave our country? What? We don't leave our country. Those people don't want to leave their countries. I'm glad I thought of this. That took a year. They don't want to leave their countries. Why would they want to leave their countries? Because they're being driven out. The death trap, we created it by doing a regime change. When we went in there, blew it up, withdrew, creates a vacuum, so the bad guy types take over. We criticize how bad they are. We went in there, still oil and this and that, and minerals, yeah. Then if anybody speaks up, we sanction them. Okay, we made some mistakes, some of the people we have. Not all of us, no. It's all going to get better, guys. All right, so the border, we owe them, and there's plenty of room. Yeah, there's even some fancy group in Massachusetts, some rich neighborhood, are making a list of people, homes will sponsor. When they arrived in the border crossing, under Trump, he had that Miller and those guys. People arrive with telephone numbers of their sponsors, families, friends that'll take them in, and we stole it away, locked babies in cages for a year. Yeah, the globe really likes us. Those are George Floyd's. The Gaza Strip, that's a George Floyd on us. Come on. What? That is there. That isn't here. You're going to see the flip, okay? The return, no. Bibi won't become good. Forget it. Biden, no. The vulnerable. Trump, no. They can't. They already are. I'm cheating. The homework done by this guy, Hubbard. Me like, me grateful, me appreciative. You betcha, okay? We'll be back, people. Watch it happen. I'm repeating. Join and just say, just as if you thought of something on the phone, right? Which means you wanted him to call. Yeah. It's such a quick thought. You have to break it down and think, what did I say? Where did I go? Yeah. Yeah. And join. We get Bibi to co-postulate with us. Biden to co-postulate, to co-agree, co-declare, co-decide. Together, meaning together, decide. Same with Trump. We'll be back. All right.